What's the last things you'll think before you die? You've probably imagined it. Maybe a memory, a loved one, a final flash of clarity. We like to think we'll have control in that moment, that our final thought will somehow matter, that it'll be ours. But what if it isn't? What if the last thought you have before you die doesn't belong to you? To understand how terrifying that question is, you have to understand something about thought itself. You don't control your thoughts. They arise, uninvited, unplanned. One moment your mind is blank, the next it's filled with something. You don't choose most of them. You just observe them. So if you're not the one deciding what you think, then who is? Maybe no one. Maybe consciousness is just a process, an illusion that convinces itself it's real, a machine running in the dark. But here's the problem. If your thoughts aren't yours when you're alive, why would they be yours when you die? In the final seconds of life, the brain enters a strange state. Activity spikes. Random neurons fire in desperate bursts. Scientists say this might be the brain's last effort to make sense of what's happening. But what if that chaos opens a door? What if your final thought is not a fading memory, but something else taking its place? Some near-death experiences describe a strange clarity. Visions, voices, entire realities that flash before the eyes. Some say they saw loved ones, others, unknown entities. And some describe hearing a voice that wasn't theirs, a message, a command, presence. The truth is, we don't know what the last second feels like. We only hear from those who come back. But death doesn't guarantee a return, so what about the ones who don't come back? What did they see? What did they think? Or more importantly, who was thinking it? Here's a disturbing idea. Your consciousness is just a channel, a signal receiver. Throughout life, you pick up thoughts that feel like your own, but aren't. Influences from culture, media, memory, emotion. But what if, at death, that channel changes frequency? What if something else tunes in? Something that's been waiting for the signal to go quiet? Maybe that last thought you'll have is the first thought of something else. Maybe your mind doesn't just end. It's overwritten. Imagine it. Your body is still, your breath fades, and your mind flickers. And in that final instant, the last thought you hear isn't a goodbye. It's an invitation, or a command, or a memory that was never yours. A download, a transfer, a shift. Not into nothingness, but into something else entirely. This isn't just speculation. In moments of trauma, identity can fracture. The brain can invent people who aren't there, rewrite events, protect itself by replacing reality with fiction. But if the mind can do that in life, why not in death? Why not replace you with something else entirely? There's an old belief that when you die, your soul must recognize the moment, or else risk being trapped, lost, or even claimed by something else. Ancient cultures performed death rituals to guide the soul, to protect it, because they believed something else might be watching, waiting. We've just wrapped it in science now. Neural activity, cognitive shutdown, chemical surges, but the mystery remains. Something happens in that last second, and whatever it is, it might not be you who experiences it. So the question is, if your last thought isn't yours, then who do you become? And maybe even worse, what if that thought has already been decided? You've never had full control. You didn't choose to be born, you didn't choose your thoughts, and you won't choose your end. So when that final moment comes, when your mind flickers for the last time, don't be so sure the thought you hear is your own. It might be the voice of something else, and it might have been waiting a very, very long time.